Question 4, which equation has an extraneous solution? Remember, an extraneous solution is a solution you get when you solve an equation using a regular algebraic process. But then when you get that solution and substitute it back in the original problem, it doesn't make the equation true. So a long way of doing this problem would be to solve each one of these problems and then check those solutions to make sure they made the original equation true. A shortcut to this is really equations that have extraneous solutions are almost always even rooted equations. Meaning this one, the top two choices, this is a fifth root and this is a cube root. So notice this has an index of 5, this has an index of 3. Those typically do not have extraneous solutions. Square root problems like this and fourth root problems like this sometimes will, and that's because you can't take the square root of a negative number. You can't take a fourth root of a negative number. However, you can do that with a cube root or a fifth root. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to focus on that last one because two things. It has an even number root and it has a negative 5 on the right hand side. So that's a big giveaway. But let's go ahead and check it. So I'm going to rewrite the problem here. It's the fourth root of x plus 2 equals negative 5. Now the radical is already isolated. So our first step in this problem is to get rid of the radical. So we need to do the opposite of taking the fourth root of something. The opposite of a fourth root is raising it to the fourth power. So we're going to raise both sides to the fourth power. And when we do that, we're left with x plus 2 on the left-hand side. Raising to the fourth power and the fourth root cancel each other out. And then negative 5 multiplied by itself 4 times is positive 625. If you're using a calculator, make sure you've got parentheses around the negative 5 and the 4 on the outside of those parentheses. Now our last step, subtract 2 from both sides, and we get an answer of x equals 623. So then what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite it. Instead of x plus 2, we're going to rewrite it as 623 plus 2. We're just taking x and replacing it with that solution of 623 and seeing if it will equal negative 5. And I can really quickly tell that it's not, because we're left with the fourth root of 625. And if you've got a graphing calculator, I'll show you real quick how to verify what the fourth root of 625 is. If you press the math button, we may have to go down to number 5. Ooh, actually, I've got an old version, so I have to do 4 first because we're taking a fourth root, then go to math button, and then go down to number 5. And then type in 625 and we'll see it's equal to positive 5, but we need it in this problem to equal negative 5 for it to be true. Therefore, this 623 is an extraneous solution, meaning it's not an actual solution. So this is our answer choice. We don't even need to check the other 3 since this one had the extraneous solution.